Because of the way that we wanted to make this story, it created its culture, right? It set the tone, it set the value system. Like everyone understood and recognized that what was important in doing this and doing it right.
Hello. How are you both today?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing great. I cannot wait to watch the movie tonight. I know RTA is such an important program that hopefully more people are going to learn about and want to implement from this. What was most important to both of you when it came to showcasing this story?
You want to start?
I think just the work that they're doing at RTA, that in and of itself is incredibly important to try and just get that right. And it took, Greg and I have been working on the script to get to the movie. We started working on that script like 7 or 8 years ago. Like it was a long process to try and get it right. And in the end, what we found is only by opening it up and bringing Divine I and Divine G into the process, that's what started to get it right. And we just wanted to do right by RTA, not by interpreting anything, but just trying to represent it almost as you would in a documentary. So everything about what they do.
Yeah, and I think that for me, when I first learned about it, I, was super intrigued about what the program was. And then once I started talking to the alumni from the program, I realized that it had transformed them, completely. And they took it in the highest regard, and it was really like a sacred space. So it just meant that I had to, we all had to work to protect that and to really realistically portray that and portray the honesty of it as best as possible. Yeah.
Clint, when did you know you had to have Colman Domingo, and how did you get him?
I mean, it was something that we were kind of restarting the project and starting to work with Divine I and Divine G, and Greg thought it should be Colman Domingo playing Divine G, and it just felt perfect. And it also just like it was kind of one of the first things in terms of getting the project going that like we got in touch with him through a mutual connection that like from our reps, and we had one conversation with him. We sent him the article and we sent him a 1-page outline of the story. By the end of that conversation, he was in. And it just like everything just felt right. It was the same way with getting Monique onto the project, where we didn't even Greg and I didn't even discuss should we ask Monique or not. We just she hosted a panel that we were doing, and we had a conversation, and then we said, let's all go get a drink afterwards. And on the way there, Greg gave me a look and I gave him a look back. And then at that drink, we were like, will you produce this with us? Because you're just you're exactly what this film needs.
It was an ambush.
It was an
I love that.
And that was only a few months before we started shooting. Yeah.
We didn't even have a script at that point, even still. Yeah.
Well, it feels like the story is told so authentically because so many people who have really experienced this are part of it. Monique, for you, how do you feel that changed the atmosphere or changed the final product?
Yeah, I mean, I think that it was part of what Greg and Clint initially intended, was that they were going to involve the community in the telling of the story. And that was what compelled me to join the project. Was like, okay, you're not going to do the story and then hire all, professional actors or people who don't have any connection to it. You're going to try to get this alchemy and this blend and work with, an actor like Colman Domingo, work with the Colman Domingo who has a connection in a very deep way and can also work with alumni of this program. And so because of that and because of the way that we wanted to make this story, it created its culture, right? It set the tone, it set the value system. Like everyone understood and recognized that what was important in doing this and doing it right.
That. Finally, Clint, I believe you're working on Train Dreams next. What can you tell me about that?
We're getting ready to shoot very soon. We're in prep. We have Joel Edgerton and Felicity Jones starring in it, and it's a beautiful story based on a novella by Dennis Johnson. There's a train now, right on cue, and it's just a beautiful story about just trying to persevere through a world that is very difficult and has a lot of pain in it, but trying to always find the beauty within that.
Very relatable. Thank you both so much. I cannot wait for Sing Sing. Congratulations. Have a great night. Hello. I'm very excited to watch Sing Sing, and I know RTA is such an important program. Can you tell me what was most important to you about showing this story on screen?
Well, it shows for more people to see the transformational power of community and the arts. So we work in correctional facilities across New York State. It's hard to bring people in. There's not that many opportunities to bring people in to see the productions, to experience the classes. And so this lets us expose a broader group of people to the magic and the change that happens.
Absolutely. And you have real people who were part of the program on screen as well. How do you feel that helped shape the atmosphere?
Well, so every time I go into a correctional facility and I'm in the classroom with the participants, it's inspirational. Their commitment to the program, their commitment to each other, their commitment to finding themselves teaches me every day. And so the fact that the majority of the actors are alumni of our program, that creates the honesty that's apparent in the film.
Finally, do you have any favorite productions that you would like to see other locations take on if they were to join the RTA Dreams?
Yes, well, there's a group. One thing that makes RTA unique is that in each facility, there's a leadership group of incarcerated individuals who have been in the program. It's called the Steering Committee. So that Steering Committee, with the teaching artist, they read 5 plays, and they choose a play that they think is going to be meaningful to the population. So we've done several. We've done 12 Angry Men. We've done The Wiz. We've done Macbeth. But I really trust the steering committee to choose what's right for that facility.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Have a great night.